Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids, and we have a wide age range here in our homeschool, everywhere from preschool through dual enrolled high school. So we have got we've got one in every grade, or one in every level this year: preschool, elementary, middle, high school, and college a little bit here. So today I'm gonna do a day in the life on a busy day. This is our one school day per week this year that we're actually out of the house for a chunk of time. We go to a community Bible study for a couple of hours. There are great children's classes there as well. So my older kids, like, they even have a high school class for them. And so we kind of piece together our school day to fit around that chunk of time. It's right in the middle of the day. So we have a little time in the morning and a little time in the afternoon before the sports and dance and all of that starts. Yes, ma'am. So we are gonna hit the road for that study. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little voiceover and catch you up to where we are up until this point, and then I will see you after our study. Good morning. I am just catching you up to speed on all of the morning happenings before it was time to head out the door for a Bible study. So if you've watched any of my recent videos, then you know I've been speaking a lot about an efficient schedule, and that's just because I am feeling that pull this year of having 5 very different needs across 5 very different grade levels this year. So we have to stay efficient and orderly in our homeschool in order for the joy to have its own place in our homeschool. If I'm not keeping things in order, then it just kind of sucks the life out of our homeschool. So I have a pretty rigid schedule where we start our mornings together around 8 or 8:30 with morning time, which is our Bible study, and then we move into family subjects. But one day per week, we're out of the house for about 3 hours for a family Bible study. And on those days, I try to condense our mornings, so our little morning time and our family subjects time gets condensed so that we're able to actually do it before we leave the house. And then they also have some independent work to catch up on in the afternoons, which I'll share more about that later. But I like to make sure that we hit some of those family subjects before we leave the house for the day. And then I feel like we can count this day as a full school day, even though we're gone for such a chunk of time. In years past, when we've left for this study, it hasn't felt like, we were losing that much time. But this year, just with older students, it just feels like we need to be touching the books a little bit more before we head out the door. So it's really nice because we leave around 10, which gives us a lot of time to get a good chunk of work done. So family subjects, some morning time. I try every morning to just hit a couple of housework things because we're starting our school days around 8 this year instead of like 9:30 or 10 like we have for the last couple of years. I just make sure to get some laundry dealt with, sweep the floors, and unload and reload the dishwasher. Those are my 3 kind of morning things. Usually I do a workout in the morning, and then while breakfast is cooking, I just try to touch those little tasks real quick, just so that, messy floors drive me nuts. We have a dog, so I've got to sweep every day. Always stuff going in the kitchen after breakfast. The dishwasher needs to be loaded and unloaded from the night before. And then laundry is just a constant with athletes. So there's a couple loads that have to happen every day. So I also like to prep something for lunch that is easy to either eat in the car on the drive home. So I'll either pack a lunch for us to eat on our drive home from our Bible study, like sandwiches, or if it's something warm, like I was going to do quesadillas on this day, I'll just throw that in the crock pot and then put out like the chips and tortillas. So as soon as we get home from Bible study, everybody knows what they're doing. So that should catch you up until about 10 o'clock this morning. Today's video is in partnership with Teaching Textbooks, and we have loved teaching textbooks in our homeschool for a very long time. As a matter of fact, Teaching Textbooks goes from a level 3 all the way up through pre-calculus, and our oldest has almost done the entire program start to finish. She will finish off next year, and we couldn't be more pleased with her relationship with math. We use it for all of our kids beginning at level 3, and for each of our kids, it has been successful for different reasons. Some of our kids need the step-by-step audio-visual solutions. Some of our kids have used the free tutor helpline. Some of our kids just like how interactive and engaging it is. And some of our kids have really appreciated the on-the-go nature of the program. Teaching Textbooks is an award-winning homeschool math app that experts describe as being beyond open and go. It eliminates the need for lesson plans. It even sends you as a parent an email every day letting you know what your student's progress was, what their grade was on the lesson, what lesson they completed. You can also go into your parent portal and see tons of details about the lessons that your children just completed. So you can see if they used a hint, you can see how many attempts they made at answering a problem correctly, which ones they got right and wrong. If you'd like to edit that and go back and rework on solutions with your students, you can do that. You can also control from your parent portal if they're able to have the interactions with the buddies, if they need the sounds or the hints turned off. You have a lot of control as a parent on how the program is designed for each individual child. But if you would rather just see their progress, you get that email every day. So it's as hands-on or hands-off as you need it to be, which as a homeschooling mom of 5, busy on the go, this has been instrumental in us being consistent with the program. On top of having that control from the parent portal, you also have the benefit of Teaching Textbooks being completely on the go. It's available on any device, anytime, anywhere, even offline. And that is another component that has been so practical and helpful for our family. So they are not just tethered to the computer when they're doing this program. We have it on our tablets. We've put it on a phone before, and it will download up to 5 lessons at a time that they can work on offline. So if they're taking an iPad in the car and there's no Wi-Fi in the car, no problem. You can still complete the lessons. We have had kids do this in the car at the practice field. We've brought it on road trips and not lost homeschooling days. And just the on-the-go nature is so helpful because on days like today where we're fitting school in little bits and pieces because we don't want to say this is a day off of school, all 4 of my kids who use Teaching Textbooks right now can make it work for them, whether they're going somewhere, whether they're staying home, whether they have internet access, or whether I'm there to supervise. They're able to complete their lessons. I will receive an email, and I will also pop into the parent portal and see how they did and what they're struggling with or what they need more practice in. It also grades every one of the thousands of problems in each grade level completely without your assistance. It provides step-by-step solutions for every single problem. They do offer a free tutor helpline, and that is very beneficial. But in addition to that, there are a ton of different ways to troubleshoot, so to speak, within the program. A lot of times you'll find in a solution, it'll put a little note at the top, first taught in lesson 38, and then you can go back and rework that lesson. There is an ebook that you can go through. We have printed lessons in the past when our children have requested just paper and pencil math instead of using the screen. There's a digital scratch pad, which is super cool. So if they're on the go, they don't even need to bring paper and pencil with them. There are hints. You can view the solutions. There are a million different ways to help grasp concepts that might be difficult for children. And in addition to that, you can also use the pause feature. So a minimum of 7 days at a time, but you have weeks of pause time available with this program. If you need to pause because you're going on vacation, or if you need to pause because your child needs more time to grasp a certain concept before you move on, we have used the pause feature for both of those reasons over the years, and that has been very beneficial as well. So if you would like to try teaching textbooks for yourself in your homeschool, I will put a link below for the free trial. The free trial is amazing because you don't need to put in your credit card information, and there's no time limit for how long you utilize the free trial. The free trial takes you through the first 15 lessons of any level, and you can get a feel for it and see if you enjoy it and if it's a good fit for your child. And then if you find it to be a good fit, you can actually transfer those first 15 lessons to your child's course, and you don't lose all of that work. So that's unbelievable. And what's even more unbelievable is, once again, Teaching Textbooks is offering 5 winners from this video 1 digital math course of their choice. So the info for that is going to be in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Teaching Textbooks, for partnering with me once again, but also for offering another generous giveaway for my subscribers. So make sure you check out the info down below. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Thank you so much, Teaching Textbooks.
Josiah's here.
To pick me up. Okay, hello from the Chick-fil-A parking lot. I just left Target. We went to Bible study. It's about 1 o'clock, and today was my one day this year. So every class, every group in our class or in our community has a day where you have to have 2 people help, and you have one of those each semester or something. So I volunteered this year as one of the 2 because I didn't do it last year. And so I got in Josephine's class, which was really fun because she's my one who I feel like I get the least amount of time with, special time. And so, so that was really sweet, and she was just delighted. And I've never been able to be in her class. It is just so precious. She's on the younger end of the group. It's 3 to 5 year olds. So it was really a lot of work, but it was also really fun. And they're learning about the story of Joseph. Our Bible study as a whole is doing the story of, or is reading through the Psalms this year, but the little classes go through the whole Bible, all the Bible stories, from creation all the way through Jesus. And so they're in Joseph, which is, she's named after the story of Joseph. And so that was really cool. And it was just so much fun. I am hot and sweaty because those kids work hard. They work you hard. They love craft time. They love snack time. They love outdoor play time. So it's 2.5 hours or so, our study. So anyway, like I said, it's 1 o'clock, and as we were leaving our house this morning, my mother-in-law stopped by with little goodie bags for the kids, fall goodie bags. And each goodie bag had a couple of little things for each of them, some candy, and then she put a Chick-fil-A gift card. So I had prepared some chicken in the crock pot. I was going to do chicken quesadillas for lunch today and tomorrow. And of course, when they saw the Chick-fil-A gift cards, they just had to go to Chick-fil-A, which I'm not going to argue with that. So we're grabbing Chick-fil-A right now for lunch. It works out great because, like I said, these days each week are kind of our busier days. So it's really nice that when we get home, I don't have to make a mess in the kitchen for lunch because I can feed them lunch quickly, but I can't clean up right away because we have to kind of get out the door shortly after again. So very convenient that it's Chick-fil-A lunch. We're actually gonna we're near to John's office. Chick-fil-A is close by. So I asked him if he would like Chick-fil-A instead of what he took for lunch today, which was a yes for him as well. So we're gonna pop by his office, head home, and wrap up what we have left of our school day. So a couple kids have a little math left, a couple kids have sports today. Not everybody has it today. And then it's a youth group night. So we'll be back at the church again after that. All right, we are home. Lunch is all settled. Everyone's done eating, and we have an hour that we're all home now. And this is pretty typical of these days. Sometimes that time shifts around a little bit, but we have about an hour before I have to leave with 2 of my 5. We are winding down football season, so Bella does not currently have cheer practice every day. Eli's middle school football team is no longer meeting. They finished late October. Jesse was playing both JV and varsity this year. Varsity is deep into the playoffs now. the actual like championship game is next weekend. So this week or next week will be his last week of football practice. And then Annie has a makeup dance class because she missed some. She dances every day of the week with her dance team, and if I ever have to pull her for anything, it's an absence. You can only have so many absences in the year, and so what I like to do is schedule privates with the teachers that she misses class for, and so she's able to like catch up to anything that was taught, or I don't know how to explain it. But basically I had to pull her for her last 2 classes last week for a church event, and so I just scheduled a private with that teacher today, and so she's got that going on a little, which is actually happening during her normal solo time. Her solo choreographer is out of town this week, so it worked out to be like a same schedule thing, like it wasn't adding an extra thing to my mental calendar, but it's just a different teacher that she's going to be with today. So she's got a ballet private today, and then she has 3 hours of dance, and then I've got to take Jessie to football at the same time. And so everyone is using their quiet time wisely, either to make up work from our Monday, Tuesday on their checklist, or work ahead on their Thursday, Friday on their checklists. If you haven't seen my checklist video, I will link that up here or in the description box down below, just how I plan and how I give them personalized schedules for the week, so they can either work ahead or catch up. And then the only thing I ask them to complete on Wednesdays, besides whatever it is that we do for our family subjects on Wednesday mornings, is to do a math lesson and to get their assigned reading done for the day and write out their narration. So that math and reading can kind of be pieced in like a puzzle piece to wherever it is in their schedule or in our day that works for them. Isabella has college work always. She gets her assignments on Wednesdays. But because she doesn't have cheer today, she can work on that later. Jessie and Annie are really the ones who have to manage their time wisely today because they have places to be and things to do. Did the dance drop off, football drop off, came back to check in on dance, waited for her 30-minute break, and now she's in classes for a few hours. So I'm headed home, and I think I'm gonna take Josephine for a walk because she was just being babysat. She was then in her classroom all day, so I'll take her for a walk until John gets home and we start the evening routine. Jesse did his teaching textbooks in the car. Annie did hers shortly before dance. Hopefully the other kids got theirs done while I was gone. And it was funny, I was talking to Jesse on the way to football, and I was giving him ideas for Christmas, like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And he's like, oh, I don't really want anything. I'm like, well, you can't not want anything. So I start naming ideas. He's got nothing. He's like, why would I want new headphones? I already have headphones. Why would I want this? I've already got that. So I started naming like all these different ideas, and he's like, ooh, I might want a hat, a new hat. I'm like, a new hat? He's like, yeah, and a hat, maybe one that says something. I'm like, okay, that's what you want for Christmas, is a hat that says something. So we'll see. The wheels are starting to turn. He's like, I'll think of some ideas, but I think this might be my hardest year for him. And I've had other years where I had really great ideas for him, but I'm starting to panic because I've got like a good idea for all my other kids, and him, he's just so worn down right now. It's been a very long football season, so I think he just can't see outside of having had practice every day for months on end now. So maybe when season ends, you know, like I said, next weekend will be the latest it will go. Maybe I'll get a little bit of him back and see what's going on in there. All right, it's 5 o'clock, and it's kind of uncommon for John to be home. Is that Eli running? Yep. Eli was told he had to be home from his friend's house at 5. He is bolting down the road right now. Busted. Anyway, it's kind of uncommon for John to be home at this point in the day. This is about the time where I just start trying to wear Josephine down. She could go all night if it was up to her. Sorry, we ran into a bunch of our neighbors. So as I was saying, Josephine would just party all night if we would let her. So it tends to be this time of day that we're like, want to go look at the birdies, and then we have like bats that fly out at a certain time. So then it turns into like, let's go look at the bats, and just like trying to be out. Fresh air wears a preschooler down pretty well, or so you would think, but she's a funny one. So yeah, that's John's home for that, which is not super common, which is kind of fun to have him here. So I'm about to start rattling off Christmas list ideas, which is what he's so excited for, right? All right, just got home from our walk. Josephine is playing in the other room. John just took off with 2 of our kids to go pick up one of our kids and head off to youth group. And then right about the time that youth group ends, then he picks up Annie from dance and then goes and picks them up. So I'm just working on getting dinner prepped so that it's done by the time they all get home. They'll be very hungry. But I am in like the best case scenario here because we ended up not eating what I had planned for lunch today. So we're having that for dinner, which means that I accidentally prepped dinner early tonight. So all I have to do is like toast up the tortillas or like you know, cook up the quesadillas. And I already had all the toppings prepped because it was going to be a quick turnaround when we came home today from Bible study, so that's great. And Josie is starting to calm down for the evening, so that's wonderful as well. I'm actually going to make hers right now because it's going to be a bit of a later night and I've already got it ready, so why not? She might pass out a little early tonight. So yeah, I have mentioned Christmas a couple times. I just realized that, but that's because I wanted to have all of our holiday homeschooling plans finished next week so I can enjoy like the Thanksgiving week with the kids, the week before we have our exam week in school. I'm doing a Thanksgiving unit study with the little girls this week. We're doing Balloons Over Broadway, the 5 in a row unit, and then next week we're doing our Cranberry Thanksgiving unit. And then it's gonna be our exam week and then our Thanksgiving break, and then we'll be right into full swing on Christmas school. And so I've been talking with the kids about it, what they wanna do for holiday homeschooling this year. I'm kind of trying to put it in our high schoolers' hands this year and the things that they wanna do. The dishwasher might be a little bit loud right now, but anyway, so that coupled with the fact that I always have our Christmas shopping done before Thanksgiving, but football is like crashing into November a little bit here. I feel a little bit behind. I'm pretty well set up, but there's just a few things for a couple of our kids, and I really need John's help to figure it out because you know, some of my kids are really easy to figure out this year, and then the ones that I wouldn't expect it to be difficult for have been difficult. And I just want to get it all nailed down the next couple of weeks because we host Thanksgiving. We have family come in town that week, so it's kind of like a few days long event. And then you know, it just, you guys know this time of year it all just creeps up on you. And I've got right off the bat in December have a trip with my sister, and then at the end of December, you know, right after Christmas we have a quick turnaround on another trip. And so I'm just trying to make sure that I'm as prepared as possible. I will be sharing a video next week, I believe, with some like fun holiday things that I've picked up so far, because I do have all our stuff done for their Christmas pajama boxes and for St. Nicholas Day. I like to get those little things out of the way pretty early on as well. Otherwise it all just becomes way too expensive to do at once times 5 kids. So that is why Christmas is on my mind right now. I know my time is limited and I'm going to be going away to a dance convention this weekend that's around some great shopping. And so I was like, John, I want to talk to you about some ideas. I'm going to be around some stores that we don't have in our area, and after, like, while Annie's dancing or at night when she's done, I'm like, I want to pop into these stores and get some stuff done so that I'm not doing all of it, you know, the week of Thanksgiving basically. So that's why I've brought up Christmas a few times now. I really look for John's direction, especially with our boys, and I'm like, you're taking too long, I need answers right now. So gonna cook dinner, gonna get Josephine a bath, gonna get the house settled down, and then all the teenagers are gonna come in from youth group loud and crazy, and I will have to dig deep and have some more energy to get through that second half of the night. Hopefully we'll have time to get my workout in too. I didn't get up on time to go to the gym this morning. It was my gym day, and so I just saw like the time slipping away, so I'm like, oh, I'll just get on the Peloton, and then I didn't, so I need to still do that tonight. So we'll see if that happens. I got a phone call to come pick this one up a little early from dance, because for anyone who says dance isn't a sport, all right, this one got kicked in the jaw at the ballet bar today. So pretty hard hit. Yeah. After being there 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, it was at 4.5 hour mark. I had to go pick her up. That's a long day, her longest day of dance. So anywho, you're a trooper, girl. John is doing the youth group run around pick up for me while I stay here and clean all the things that get stacked out as the day goes on. So I just made him an iced coffee for the road, and I'm so thankful. I love not having to get in the car one more time.
I thought you were just my turn to do it to you.
No, I did. You
We're
didn't.
supposed to do rock, paper, scissors, shoot first anyway. Pass me there.
I didn't say.
I follow your hand.
Hey buddy, how are you doing? You doing good?
Oh no,
No,
Brizzo.
don't do it. We know better than this.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You came right out of the blue. I wanna do what you want to.